Welcome back to the Freak Show. Pumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I continue with my Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity, The White March. Let's continue where we left off. She's talking about the storm, and we were both in a Be Awake and all that stuff. I encountered a Be Awake, yes, and it did something to me. We were attacked in the woods as we were on our way to Gilded Vale. Be cautious what you read in my mind without my leave. What happened between us on that plateau, the memory we shared. Her hand withdraws shyly, the chime sounding softly once again. The woman stands uncertainly, as if she has been sitting for some time, or is it too weak to bear her own weight? You notice her cheekbones are tight, her face gaunt, yet while her stance is weak, she seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
It is almost a question. You suddenly realize she doesn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her. The image on the plateau, yet the image was so clear, so sharp, you're surprised she didn't feel you there.
To see me is a rare gift. A watcher's gift.
I've never been able to do that with a living person, except with you.
So many questions, thoughts, whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret, like an underground river. I cannot tell if it is carving new channels, or eroding what keeps your true strength buried.
Well, either way, it sounds possibly bad.
The fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is something few have ever done. Your power will grow stronger with each soul you touch, as it allowed you to reach out to mine.
Interesting. There is a silence, and although it seems to last for but a heartbeat in your thoughts, it stretches out between the two of you like a pool between your minds. You blink, take a breath, and then realize that she wants to ask you a question. Yet can't form the words, as if assembling them is painful, or simply are not enough pieces. Assemble the thought, do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave of fear, gusted with the strength of relief, although oddly, her expression does not change. Then fear dissipates and you feel strength and certainty, as if the plateau from her memory lies beneath you, and a calm sky looks down upon you. Really? Oh, that's cool. What is she? She's a grieving... Oh, she's a cipher. Well, that's interesting. Well, now I'm kind of questioning whether we want to keep everybody that we have, or if we want to get rid of... Well, poo. I don't know. He's busy. She's recruitable. When I can do it all right now. Well, I don't want to get rid of... this is a tough one. Maybe we should drop Kana? I don't know. Like, Kana has his uses, but I feel like he's been underwhelming overall. And I guess I don't technically need him as much until we're going to go underneath the Cade Nua place. So maybe I'll try her out. We'll see what this is all about. Wasn't really expecting to get a new person. I have no idea how to use the cipher, by the way. So this could go poorly. Alright, let's take a look at our formation here. Yeah, that seems about right. And I assume she has some sort of... Yeah, she's got spells. Shocks an enemy's visual receptors, dazing and blinding them. Huh. The target becomes the object of a concussive blast of psychic energy. Okay. Whisper of treason. Charming. Okay, nice. And it's all about focus. Okay. So her focus will go up and down based on probably just attacks or time spent. Okay. Well, we'll play around with that as we go through. Well, we have ourselves a new character. I have no idea, again, how good, bad, or indifferent it's going to be, but it's kind of a thing.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
It looks like we were able to steal that. And I did want to check down here just to see if this leads anywhere else. It's still kind of pointing to the east, so I assume, yeah. I assume it's just going to go to the Deerford crossing. Alright, I'm going to do a quick save. Ah, there is a southern exit path here. Okay. I also figured that wasn't going to do anything, but had to check it out. Alright, let's head up over here, grab this herb. There's a bunch of villagers over there that we need to speak with, and then we need to go about going inside the places and whatnot. Also, let's take a look at what kind of equipment she has. Oh, that's kind of cool. She's got a fine dagger. Really? I have no idea how a cipher works. I played around with it for a bit. I don't really remember, though. Should she be just using the crossbow? I feel like yes. At the same time, maybe no. It doesn't seem like she'd be one that you'd want to go send into, like, actual melee range. Maybe we'll just have her use the crossbow. Crossbows are notoriously known as being slow weapons. And if her focus is all based off of her attacking, which I don't know that it is, it just seems like a questionable thing. Oh, cool. Every time you click on her, you're going to hear the chimes. Interesting. Have Haran's soldiers been harassing you, too? It used to be a castle here. We tore it down during the revolution.
Of course.
Cool, I guess. What's in here? I guess we'll find out soon enough. Oh, another soul to see. So we can't just loot this stuff? That seems silly. I mean, this isn't... Oh, is it? Maybe? It doesn't... It's not really a real person, though, so I don't... You see a modestly furnished house, warm from the cooking fire lit at its far end. This man is sitting in a high-backed chair looking at a large book with a small boy in his lap. He smiles and asks the child about the pictures on the pages as he points to different parts of them. He looks up at a woman as a woman approaches to stir something in the pot hanging over the fire. She adds some carrots to the pot, mixes them in, then stands and turns to the man. She says something to him and leans in to give him a kiss when a knock comes at the door. The man makes to stand and the woman motions for him to stay. She walks to the door and glances out the window. It is already too dark outside for anything to be seen. She lifts the bolt in the door and pulls it open, revealing a tall, lanky man with a strange smile on his face. There is a wet tearing sound, and the woman makes a weak groan, collapsing to the floor, blood quickly pooling around her. The man in the chair leaps to his feet, grabbing his son, interposing himself between the boy and the man at the door, who steps over the body and enters the house. Galark vowed you would feel his pain, the man says conversationally as the four other men enter the house behind him. It appears your rent has come due. Well, that's probably depressing. Jeez. How do you collect rent when somebody's dead? Like, I don't... I mean, you're not thinking of the long term here, man. Alright. And Dinah?
Greetings.
The young woman leans against the wagon. One arm and one side of her face are covered in bandages with raw, rippled flesh showing underneath. A minty, tangy scent wafts from her dressings. Oh, lovely. She smiles painfully. Just ventured into town. I'm about dry on some of my stocks, but you're welcome to have a look-see. Why are your stocks limited? It's the damned roads. Can't reach none of my suppliers, so I'm stuck with whatever I can scrounge up in the wood. Deer cap, river reed, and the like. That's well and good, but most potions require something stronger, too. Troll skin, vessel bones, what have you. And then there's the really rare ingredients, things you'd never be able to afford, let alone find on your own. Okay, well, what did you find? Hendia winces as the rest of the story comes tumbling out of her. I've been keeping an eye on a drake's nest east of town at oh good, more drakes. At Deerford Crossing, the beast stayed just long enough to lay a clutch and move on. I think the Sky Mother wasn't a full-grown dragon. She looks at her bandaged arm and grimaces. Fresh eggs are much more useful than the ones that get passed between merchants or left in the nest for weeks or more. And that clutch looked to be at its peak. Though I'd see about getting an egg, or thought I'd see about getting an egg, but I didn't realize that so many of them had already hatched, or that young worms were so territorial. I could get an egg for you. She keeps her gaze steady, but you see hope kindling in her eyes and twitching at the corners of her mouth. I sure hope you're not leading me on. I don't think I could stand getting burned again. Burn! Sorry. She bites her lip. If you really mean to go after it, I'd certainly pay you. Just remember, big as they are, dragon eggs are fragile. And there's a lot more I can do with a whole one. Okay.
How do you do?
She adjusts one of her bandages. Anything else I can do for you? I've got some handy ointments if you're braving the roads anytime soon. We're looking for an Orlan named Nifri. I did see an Orlan lady headed into the Dracogen just the other day. She points across the road at a large building. Don't know what her name was, but she was acting real sneaky-like. And what's wrong with the roads? A noise of disgust rattles from her throat. Brigands, looters, you name it. The gods may be hollowing out our babies, but it's grown folks that's rubbing out the rest of us. People are scrambling to Defiance Bay because they hear there's healthy births there, and those refugees and abandoned homes attract desperate sorts like flies on dog crap. Alright, well, show me your wares. Sure thing. She moves and does stuff, and ta-da! Cool, I guess. Gonna sell some stuff. Going to sell a fair few things. And hopefully, it is the right things to sell. Alright, well, we do have a whole bunch of stuff to sell. Most of this is just garbage stuff anyway. Pretty much all of it's garbage. A lot of it's Zara things. You didn't know that I was a traveling merchant, did you, lady? Heh. Fool. It's fine. Okay, whoops. What was the last one? I didn't want to sell that. Give me that back. I want to sell that and that. Alright, then we go here. And we have a whole bunch of fine hide armor, which actually might not be too bad for some folk. I feel like we could probably sell most of the stuff that's just basic or plain. Because, like, we have enough of it. And we have some non-basic and plain stuff that's probably better. But that's fine for now. And all these hats, only this is good, right? It's just cosmetics, so might as well sell them. And they're worth a fairly decent amount, so why not? Alright, let's trade all that. And do you have any camping supplies for me? You do not. Okay, that's fine. Get a dragon egg from Deerford Crossing. Why does that seem like just like such a terribly bad idea? It really, really, truly does. Okay, let's go take a look at our priestly guy here. Strikes fear. Holy meditation. Prayer against fear. So basically, I was told that one of the big problems when fighting drakes and probably things like drakes are that they have a fear aura or terrifying attacks or something along those lines. Indeed. And they are really, 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 really debilitating and debuffing with like damage and everything else. So it's probably a pretty good idea to remove that if at all possible. Now, I tend to, and I know this isn't exactly how these games are played 100%, so if this frustrates anyone, I do apologize. But I tend to like to have a little bit of gameplay, combat, what have you, mixed in each episode, or like even alternating episodes, as opposed to just going into a town and just talking for like 5 or 6 or 10 episodes and not actually doing any questing or combat or any of that. Now, that's not necessarily a good thing, but I think I'm going to go to the crossing for now, and then we'll come back to the village after that. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to mix and match a bit. I don't want to do too much of any one thing if I can help it. And that's one of the reasons I didn't want to go right into Defiance Bay right away. We just went through the Raedric's Keep or Hold or whatever it was. And we did a whole bunch of stuff there. But I also wanted to make sure that we didn't just get stuck into a giant town where there was no fighting, no combat, no anything. There's wood beetles and sporelings, and this looks a little bit not great. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do is actually have the beetle come play with us. And we'll see how all this plays out. I have no idea. I know sporelings aren't super fun.
That's not very helpful.
That's not very helpful. That was a loth, so apparently whatever we were casting did not work. So, let's see how this works out. Oh, it's okay, so it's like that. These are more. Okay, mind blades. Invades the minds of the targets in the area, causing them to believe they are surrounded by phantom foes, leaving them flanked for the duration. Oh, that's cool. Oh, damage over... Huh. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to try that one out. Alright, you are going to shoot him. Aloth, you're going to go and do this.
Your thoughts must flow deep.
I'm assuming that we actually did something there, though. I'm not sure, though. Okay, so we cast some spells, and then this is Soul Ignition and some other stuff. Let's scoot up. Can we do this? There's some cool spells. I don't know that she's necessarily outperforming her boy. She's definitely trying. That was pretty easy. I feel like that's kind of the whole point, right? That's okay.
I shall be discreet.
No one really got hurt. Her spells seem a bit underwhelming right now. But I'm sure that's just because I don't know what the heck it is I'm doing with her yet. So hopefully as we continue to go around and fight and slaughter and murder things, and or get killed and all sorts of other terrible things that happen, I'm sure we'll be fine. Okay, so we're seeing another wood beetle right now. Was going to back away, but apparently that's not really in the cards. Grab him. There we go. If we cast this, does it only hit enemies? Looks like it does. And she does seem to keep auto-attacking after the fact. Whoa. Why am I so hurt all of a sudden? What happened to me? That seems odd. Was that real damage?
I'm here.
Like, how did a beetle do that much damage to me? That makes very little sense to me. I mean, it's fine, I guess, but... Still, it does not make a tremendous amount of sense. Alright, so somewhere around here there's going to be a dragon's nest. Oh, there's a deer. I have a bunch of little worms. Oh, we just discovered a giant area. Well, that is lovely. I wish the deer wasn't detecting us right now. Wait. What's happening now? Like, we're able to just leave this place? That doesn't make a lot of sense. What's going on? Oh, okay. I'm like, there's got to be more to it than that. I actually totally missed that this was a spot that we could get past.
I'll take a look.
Good to know. Oh, there's beetles. Angrier beetles than before. Alright. Let's prepare ourselves. Let's get our fox to do fox things. Itumak, you're gonna be the one, buddy. Retreat, Itumak.
Hey.
Alright. Everyone else go do things. I don't know what he's doing right now, but... Oh, he teleported. Oh, that's a thing that he did. I guess take him out, Itumak?
That's not very...
Well, all that's going down. There's more bad Juju Magumbo going down.
My mind.
Alrighty. Okay, so we have now locked ourselves into the priest. And we get Durance to come down here as well. And do one of these. Very nicely done, sir. And take out the other. And if I recall correctly, there should be one more beetle down here. No? I thought there were two beetles and... maybe it was the Zarup that I saw. I don't know. There's the other beetle.
Not even slowing it down.
Not even slowing it down. Alright, Cypher. What do you got for me? Come over here.
I shall end this.
Okay, so she's going to end this, allegedly. Mind Blades. Well, the Mind Blades were a little bit slow on the uptake there. It's okay.
Indeed.
That is okay.
I'll see what I can find.
I don't know what's going on with all this stuff. It's okay. We're going to come over here. There's other things that I'd rather find than necessarily this. Oh boy. Alright, Itumak and friends. We'll go back to the statue soon, but not yet. There's another deer that totally sees us. And there's another path out of here, which also leads to nowhere. Well, this looks menacing, possibly. No, really, nothing's gonna eat us here. That seems highly... uh-oh. That seems highly odd to me. Alright, buddy.
Hey.
Hey, Wolf. I'm right here. It's gonna be an interesting battle.
Alright then.
But don't fret. I have some plans. Alright, there's a lot of wolves.
Hey.
Whole bunch of wolves. Alright, so what are we gonna do? Well, it's really quite simple. We're gonna cast a spell right there.
Beyond seeking.
And now we have ourselves a whole bunch of fun. Itumak, you guys do the thing that you're doing. We're going to cast a spell on the Elder Wolf. Durance is like, yeah, I suppose I can come up over there. I'm gonna attack there. Is Eder still laying down? Nope, he's up, I think.
Hey.
Why am I having problems here?
Hey.
Okay, Aloth, I suppose we'll throw this out again.
How may I help?
Let's go smack this one with a book. Book slapped it. I mean, we're doing okay-ish, I guess.
What?
Itubak. Tie him up. And I suppose we could do one of these. Our Cypher's got time now to get some stuff done. What is this? Destroys the psyche, leaving them dominated by the Cypher for the duration. Puppet Master. Oh, that sounds painful and unsatisfying. Let's do that. What? Alright. We're getting there. It's slow going, but we're getting there. The Elder Wolf is down. And pretty much everything is down. Alright, let's go. Alright, sweet, sweet, nice styles. Cool. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is going to be where I break off this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and again, I'm not going to avoid doing, the chatting, the talking, getting the storyline developed, or any of that stuff.
I'll see what I can find.
But I'd like to try to make a better mix of doing it. So, like I said, a little bit of storyline, talking to various people in the villages, getting quests, and then a little bit of actual fighting and other stuff. If I can do both things in the same episode, great, or every other episode, that's okay too. But like I said, I don't really enjoy going and just basically talking to people or reading a whole bunch of stuff for like 10 episodes in a row, because for me, I feel like that's boring for everyone else. And again, I want to have some action. I want to have some of the actual gameplay in most episodes, or at least every alternating episode. So, if you guys hate it, I apologize. That's just kind of how I roll and do things. Either way, folks, that's it for this episode. Until the very next one, my name is Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.